everyone, it's Kris from My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop, and I'm here with the most amazing, talented designer, Miss Laura Piland from Slice Up Pie Quilts. And I couldn't be more excited that she has collaborated with us with an exclusive pattern just for My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop. And it's based off of her original pattern of the Exploding Heart.
That's right.
But this time, a little smaller,
It
right?
is a little smaller, that's right.
Oh,
the
my
original
goodness.
one makes a 72-inch by
Yes.
72-inch throw size.
Uh-huh.
And this one is only 45 inches by 45.
I love it.
Yeah, it's a great wall hanging size.
I love this quilt so much, and I love it with batiks. And we thought that today we would take just a few minutes and talk a little bit more about ways you can quilt this project, because we did this in-house with our in-house long armors, and they did a beautiful job. So let's talk a little bit about what they did, as well as your tips for batting. And then we're going to take a look at how you did yours on your long arm as well with the larger heart. So take it away, Laura.
Okay, well, so on this one, they've actually used 2 different colors of thread. So we're going to talk about that first.
Okay.
So here in the center, they've used red thread to just kind of stitch in the ditch along like the squares that you can kind of see, or diamonds here.
Sure.
But they didn't stitch along these other diagonal seams. So they did a stitch in the ditch, but then they changed to black fabric, a black thread, sorry.
Yeah.
And on the black fabric, they did kind of a curvy stitch here. And so it really makes this part of the heart stand out a little bit different from the other fabrics.
I love that. Yeah. So instead of going like from a straight line corner to corner, it comes and curves out, curves out, curves out,
It
curves
does.
out. Makes a nice
You can
looking
kind of see
design.
it more on the back.
Yeah, let's take a look. Okay, so you can see that going all the way around.
That's right.
So cool.
And on the center part, it's just the red thread here is going along these seams, but then the black thread, they did the curvy part around there.
I love it. And the good news is, if you would like your quilt exactly like this one, go ahead and just let us know. And you can send your quilts in, whether it's this quilt or any quilt. We have long arm services in both of our stores in Sandy and Logan, and we're happy to take quilts from all over the country.
And you have people that will
that.
will quilt it just like this?
Absolutely. You can say, I want it just like this one.
That's amazing.
And they can do it. Or if you want them to do something else, they're happy to do that as well. So just go ahead. You can find all of that information on our website. But in addition to this, Laura, we have the large quilt.
Yeah, so I actually made the same quilt, just in the large original size, but I used the same batik fabrics.
Wow.
So
gorgeous.
Yeah, we can't fit the whole thing up here on the table.
It's huge.
It's bigger. But you can see the quilting on this one is different.
Okay.
So this one I did an all over meander. And I only used red thread. So I'm not sure if you can see, because when you look from far away, you can't actually see the red in the black fabric.
But you can see it when it's close.
Yep.
Isn't that interesting?
I know.
Wow.
So this one's definitely like a different style of quilting than the first one, where I ignored the blocks and I just meandered right over the top of the whole thing.
Let's take a look at the back here too. You can see that meandering a little bit better, but this is absolutely beautiful. And you know, that meandering really didn't take away from the beauty of this quilt either. Let's go ahead and push that back here. Let's get as close as we can on this. Oh my goodness, look at how, and look at those batiks. Are they just the yummiest that they just go and fall right into one another? You know, what I think, you use the red thread on this. I think even variegated thread would look gorgeous on this as well.
Yes.
So beautiful.
And we can talk about the different batting choices too.
What would you use on something like this?
For this one, where I've used batiks and I have a black background, I actually would use black batting.
Ah, good idea.
So black batting really makes batiks kind of pop. And with this dark background, you won't get the lint that you sometimes get from a normal cotton batting.
Sure, yes.
And so whenever I have a black or a dark background, I like to use black batting.
I like that. Great suggestion. And for a wall quilt, what would you say, 80-20 batting?
Yeah,
right?
so for if you're making the wall hanging size, you could easily use 80-20. That's what I use the most. I keep it like a roll of it so that I can use it. But you could also use wool batting, which would give it a little bit more loft, and you'd see the quilting texture a little bit more. Or you could even use like bamboo batting.
I love bamboo batting, especially if you want something really comfy, cozy. It just has the best drape around, and it's just nice and cool. Bamboo's one of my favorites. Yeah, I love that.
Really, there's no wrong answer. You can choose anything and it's going to work well.
It will.
Yep.
It will. So this is great information. Thank you so much for being with me today. And make sure and check out another video that we just did on teaching you how the mini exploding quilt comes together. It's a fun one, and we go through with you step by step on how those blocks come together. Right. So thank you so much, Laura. Thanks. It's been so great having you out here in Utah, and I cannot wait to see what your next project is. She's genius. She's genius. What can I say?
I can't wait to see all of the Exploding Heart Quilts.
Exactly.
That everyone's going to make.
Yes, so. Make sure, and we want to follow your journey with making this quilt. Make sure and tag us with hashtag #MyGirlfriend'sQuiltShop. Don't forget that's with 2 P's and an E. And where else should we tag on this?
Yeah, you can, if you're making the large Exploding Heart Quilt, you can just use a hashtag of Exploding Heart Quilt. But if you're making the smaller one, use hashtag Mini Exploding Heart Quilt.
Perfect. That's going to help us find all of those quilts, and we'll make sure and repost them and share with everyone else. All right, everyone, thanks so much for being with us, and keep sewing, have fun, and we hope to see you again real soon.
Happy quilting.